Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to another episode of The Cider Drinker. And it's a cider review that I wasn't actually expecting to do at the moment. However, this particular cider has been requested on my channel a few times now, and so I thought, to appease the masses, jokes of course, I thought I'd go ahead and do it. Because, as you probably know, I've got so many ciders I need to do them in date order, but this is going to be the exception. Today we are trying the new kid on the supermarket block. It's now adorning supermarket shelves like Tesco, I think Sainsbury's as well, and it's popping up here, there and everywhere. It is Inch's Medium Apple Cider. And today is going to be a lesson in how you can falsely advertise a product. So yeah, Inch's Medium Apple Cider. I mean, it looks the part. And it sounds the part. I mean, that label, it looks impressive, doesn't it? You know, it looks very appetizing, doesn't it? You know, very enticing. Loads of apples on the front. There's an apple in the sea, you know. There's a little heron on the riverbank there. And there's a big old sign on the front that's saying 100% British apples. So, you're gonna, I mean, even the cap says 100% British apples. So it is really hammering home that it is using only British apples in this cider. So the casual drinker is going to look at this and go, hey, you know, this sounds really good. But if you delve into it, it's far from that. So, before we get into that, as you can see, it comes in 500ml glass bottles. I believe you can also get it in cans as well. If you can't, then it will be available at some point. I'm sure you can get them in 330s. I'm sure I've seen it there. And it's a pretty average 4.5% ABV. So, before I delve into what it says on the back, because it doesn't really say a lot, this is produced by HP Bulmers Limited. So this is a Bulmers cider, and Bulmers are a subsidiary of Heineken. So basically one of the world's biggest global industrial brewery brands, who now owns one of the UK's biggest cider production, industrially made cider facilities, have made another cider. So kind of warning bells are already sort of ringing and stuff. But I mean, on the back here it says crafted in Hereford. Local apples grown within 40 miles of our mill. And for some reason, the within is a slightly smaller font size. And also, not only that, but also really random facts to put on the back of your bottle. That's like me saying, I work within 10 miles of my workplace. It just has absolutely no bearing on the cider at all. Within 40 miles, whoa, jeez. We turn all apple waste into green energy. How'd you do it then? Tell us. If you're trying to make it look like this cider is good, tell people how it's good. Don't just say, we're turning all our waste into green energy. That could mean literally anything. That could mean you're just literally turning it into poop and then just putting it in the grass or something. I don't know. No artificial flavours, sweeteners, or colours. I mean, there you go. It's the whole thing, isn't it? It's it's got nothing artificial in it. It's going to be great. Then you read the ingredients: water, apple juice from concentrate, sugar, malic acid, sodium metabisulfite. So yes, it doesn't have artificial sweeteners, but it sure does contain a lot of sugar. So this is a prime example of a cider that is marketing itself as a really, a good, proper cider that's good for the environment, but it's anything but. And the last thing is you come to this sign at the front which says 100% British apples. You're going to look at that and go, well, hey, 100% apples, that's going to be great, isn't it? That could literally mean that they have taken one rotting apple, thrown it into a vat full of apple juice, concentrate and sugar and gone, there we go, we've got 100% British apples in this one, boys. So, just go into this knowing that it's not all that it's meant to be, or as all as it seems, because it's looking like a decent cider, it's sounding like a decent cider, but if you actually do the research, you'll realise that it's just another mass-marketed industrial-made cider. However, that sounds like I'm bashing it before I've even got it out of the bottle. You never know, this might be the cider to change everything on the supermarket shelves. Heineken and Bulmers might have looked and gone, you know what? You think you can make cider westerns and all that, Thatchers, you think you can make ciders? We'll show you. So let's go in. Let's go in with an unbiased opinion and just see what I make of it. And the initial smell isn't really changing much. It's appetizer, apple juice concentrate. You can smell sweet from the sugar. Obviously, there's no sediment, so let's get that poured in. So colour is basically, as you would expect, a pretty standard cider look. I mean, this looks like any other real industrial made cider, to be fair. Heavy carbonation, keeping a little foam on the top there. Yeah, this is going to give you a lot of gas, isn't it? Jesus. But yeah, slightly light amber colour there. Yeah, standard cider colour, standard cider look. What's it smell of in the glass? It's apple juice. It's just appetizer. It's apple jizer. Jesus Christ. it's the new battery made by apples. Yeah, it's just apple juice, concentrate, sugar. Just smells like any other generic cider you can get on the supermarket shelves. So, oh well, see what it tastes like. We'll never know. Cheers, everyone. Inches. Is it going to kick all the others off the supermarket shelves? Let's find out. It is just like every other mass-marketed industrial cider out there. Sweet. It just tastes exactly like apple juice. It's just appetizer. Yeah, that is literally just appetizer in a glass. I have tried so many ciders now that have just had this exact same taste. For some reason, the one that instantly springs to mind is that I think it was like Wild Tiger or something like that I had when I was in Portugal. That had the exact same taste. And you can generally tell when something is going to have the exact same taste. There was another one. Was it Rolling Apple? Something like that. I had it when I was in Cornwall. It's not Falling Apple. They're an Irish cider company and a pretty good one as well. But yeah, there was like a Rolling Apple one, I think it was called, and it's tasted exactly the same as this as well. There is absolutely nothing in this to differentiate it from anything else that you might have had before in the past. Now, on that offset, this is something that is easily going to be like loaded up with loads of ice, hot summer's day, you know, do you want a glass of ice of that, mate? And you're just going to have a good time having a okay tasting cider. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing absolutely wrong with it. It's just, there's just nothing to differentiate it between anything else. So, it's not going to change your opinion on drinking cider if you are looking to expand your repertoire and look into like trying different things. This isn't going to change your opinion on it at all. But that being said, it's not terrible. It's a thing. It's a thing that exists. That's it. But just go into this knowing that it's not everything it's marketing itself as. It's making it sound like it's a real good proper cider, but it's very much not. Let's get a final taste before a final verdict. Yeah, not really a lot else I can say about this, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight for the verdict. If you've tried this, you've tried many more ciders of this ilk. And as I said, it's not going to change your opinion on ciders. If you're looking to go go and try something like better than like Strongbow or Copperberg or something like that, this definitely is going to change your opinion on it. But as I said, it's inoffensive enough, and yeah, it can be refreshing on a hot summer's day, loaded up with ice, which it probably will be in most bars now. So, for a final verdict, I'm going to go give Inch's Medium Apple Cider a 4 out of 10. I would imagine that they are probably going to market this up the wazoo. It's going to be probably overly priced in some bars and pubs as well, so just keep your eyes out for that. Don't get ripped off, because I'd imagine some places are going to charge like probably more than £3 or something for this sort of bottle, when you can easily get a real decent cider for that price as well. So bear that in mind and just go in knowing all that. So with that, that's another episode of The Cider Drink for you guys. I hope you liked it, and as usual, I'll be back with another delicious and tasty cider soon. Until then, I can feel the carbonation building up in my stomach already, so trying to hold it in and not burp on camera. And yeah, will I finish this? Maybe. I'll have to see. Take care, guys. Till next time.